Welcome, this is an SEO compilation video. In other words, I have a lot of videos on search engine optimization in my archive of 750 videos available to you. So what I did is I pulled some of the best videos from over the last couple years and I put them in this video. So I have different videos related to should you hire an SEO, the basics of SEO, all the things you may want to know about SEO in one video. And if there's something you still want to know at the end of this video, well, put it in the comments below and we can talk about it, or I can create a video for you just related to that topic. Now, the last video is a longer video. It's about 13 minutes and it's a whiteboard video going through a lot more detail, so you might want to check that out. But feel free to check the videos out that are most meaningful to you. Go back, rewind, just take advantage of this video as a resource that you can come back to again and again. You want to rank your website high in the Google search results, but you don't want to spend a lot of time studying SEO. Well, I have the easiest SEO marketing strategy for you. Welcome to the Marketing Strategies channel. My name is Rosh, and you know, I have been ranking websites for about 20 years in the search engines, and I've noticed one consistent pattern, and that is the fact there's always change. So the fact is, SEOs have to continuously update their knowledge related to the field of search engine optimization, but you don't want to do that. You just want to create a good website that ranks well. Well, I have a few ideas, actually a specific plan that'll help you rank over time, and you know what? You don't have to worry very much about algorithm shifts. Now, we have to start with the goal of the search engines, and that is to offer the best search result for the query, the problem somebody is putting into the search box. So our goal is to answer that call, to make it easy for the search engines to deliver what they want to their customers. Now, don't forget, at the end of this video, I have 2 more videos recommended for you. So the logical answer to all this is probably the one thing you don't want to hear. Go create great content. You hear it all the time, but how do you go about that? Well, let me lay it out for you. It's important to understand that every page that you create on your website or blog is an opportunity to be found. Yet, today we need to focus more on quality than quantity over time. So, this is what I recommend you do. First, create the key pages for your website. There may be 7, 10, 20 pages. That's fine. Whatever you need to do to show your products and services. But then next, you should have a blog. And that blog should contain about 20 articles, maybe 30 over time, but start off with 20. Think of 20 questions that people are most likely to ask about your product or service. Consider the questions people would ask Google while trying to find the solution that your product or service offers. Consider some of the main features of your products and services and the questions people have about them. Now, over the next 2 or 4 or 6 months, write 500 to 1,000 word blog posts related to those questions. Now, make sure you're using your keywords in your headlines and subheads and throughout the article. Also in your alt tags and your photos. Make sure you have good relevant photos as well as videos in those posts. So how often should you use those keywords in your articles? Well, Google those keywords and take a look at the articles that Google is presenting to you. You can take a look at the keyword density in those articles, and that'll give you a good sign as to how often you should use the keywords in your articles. Now, this Googling technique is also helpful to help you figure out how many words your blog post should ultimately have, but we'll worry about that in a moment. It's also important to take the time to review your web pages and compare them to the competition. Ask yourself, is your website a resource to your customer? Is it a resource in the industry? What can you do to make your website, each web page, even more valuable to the community? You could provide statistics, videos, infographics, or maybe even a calculator to support your industry. The key is to continuously evaluate your website to make sure it's even more valuable today than it was yesterday. And here's the thing, you don't have to do these in big chunks or at great expense. You can just take a little bit of time, such as half hour a week or an hour a month, to review your website to see what you can do, little tweaks, little additions to improve your website gradually. And here's the thing with your blog. Keep your blog updated, but you don't necessarily have to add new blog posts. Just add to the current blog post that you have. Take a look at the competition. If your blog post is 750 words and your competition's related to the same keyword is 2,000, then over time work your way to 2,000 or 2,500 or 3,000. Add to each one of those 20 or 25 blog posts over time. Keep making them better and update them related to the year in which you find yourself. So as algorithms continue to change and adjust and people try to game the system, all you are doing is what the search engines ultimately want, and that is to provide the best resource available for the search queries, for the questions people have related to your product and service. If another question or topic comes up, of course, add more blog posts to make your website more valuable. Obviously, the more the better, but it doesn't have to be a quantity game. We're focused on the quality game. It's also important to remember that people will stay on your website if they're having a great experience. So user experience is really important. You're providing great information, but if they can't find it or if it's tough to navigate, they're not going to stay very long if videos and photos are not loading. So make sure your website is fast. Make sure the design is modern and your website is mobile friendly. Yes, there are many other tricks and tactics that you can consider for SEO. However, you don't want to have to worry about getting caught by Google. You don't want to have to worry about algorithm shifts. Just focus on creating the best content and make it better over time. And you will be a winner in SEO with the easiest SEO marketing strategy. So what's the number one question people ask you about your products and service? I want to see that as your first article, but I want to hear about it in the comments below.
How you doing? I'm Rosh, and the question today is, how long does it take SEO to take effect? Is it months? Is it days? Is it years? How long should it take before you start to see results? Now, if you've just launched your website, there's one thing you must do. You must go to Google Search Console and submit your website there. On the left-hand side, one of the options is Fetch, and you can go there. You know, we probably should do a video on how to do that. But just trust me, in Google Search Console, also known as Webmaster Tools in the old days, you find an option which is Fetch, and then you can submit your website there. That's the only place you need to submit at all. If your website is linked by other websites, you probably don't even need to do that. But if you really feel like you need to submit, go directly to Google and do that at Google Search Console. Now, how long does it really take for everything to take effect? You know, I've seen anywhere from, let's say I redo the on-page SEO of an entire website. I see anywhere from 3 to 7 days depending on the website. You should see some kind of activity. I usually don't see anything the next day, the day after, but you know, by the third day I start to see some activity and a number of the pages start to rank a little bit better, or at least adjust to go up or down, depending on how Google interprets the activities we've done on the page. But I like to say generally 3 days is the minimum. And then over time, it will continue to adjust. It will adjust every single day. So if you're using some kind of a system such as Positionally to track or SEO Moz to track your positions, you're going to see adjustments up and down every single day because it's pretty much instant. Things are happening all the time and adjustments are being made all the time, but getting back to it. Should you see significant results immediately the next day? No. You should start seeing something within 3 days, but the overall process, as you continue to see what happens, you make adjustments, you see how the search engines react, you make more adjustments, you attract more links, you write more posts, you continue to adjust your keywords and your title tags and your descriptions and your headline tags and make your site faster, all the things you need to do. Wait at least a few days, but you know, SEO is a long-term, never-ending project. Once you start, you got to keep going. You got to keep adjusting because the algorithms keep adjusting too. So continue to add great quality content to your website and wait a few days and then see what the results are and then try again and keep adding more and keep making those adjustments until you are happy. But like I said, I already said this once, but I'm going to say it again. SEO is not a one-time event. It's a continuous process. So keep going, keep at it, keep watching those statistics, keep up to date on what the newest things that you need to know are for SEO. All right, if you enjoy these videos, please take a moment and share them with your friends. If you are looking for other videos on other topics, I have a whole catalog of videos on various topics for business and marketing. Please take a look, and of course, please subscribe to this channel. You have a great day.
There's one question more people are asking in search. Could it help your SEO? Welcome to the Marketing Strategies channel. My name is Rosh. We're all about channel building and finding the right combinations to help you grow your business. And today we're talking about search engine optimization and a fact that year over year, more people have asked this question by 65%. According to Google. Now, this question truly fits within the times. More and more people are talking to their Google homes, they're talking to their computers and Siri, asking questions. And the question is, do I need? Such as, what size do I need? What do I need to do to achieve a specific goal? Or what do I need to accomplish a task? So as part of your search engine optimization strategy or your content marketing strategy, you might want to consider answering the questions related to your product or service around the idea of, do I need? So in my world, I might start creating content around the idea of, do I need a photographer? Do I need a marketing consultant? Do I need to hire an SEO professional? As people continue to get used to the idea of AI, artificial intelligence, they're going to ask more personal questions such as, do I need, should I, or how to. They're going to consider that virtual assistant, that artificial intelligence, a friend. And as we get more and more used to this technology, we're going to ask more and more personal questions. So your job right now is to start to think about the personal questions people may be asking in the future, even if you think it's a little weird right now. So what kind of personal questions will people be asking Siri, Alexa, or Google in which your product or service is the answer? I find this a fascinating topic, and people already use the search box on Google and Yahoo and Bing to ask some pretty interesting questions. Honestly, about 15% of questions asked of Google every single day have never been asked before. And I have a feeling that number is going to increase as more and more people talk to their phones. And again, it's getting personal. SEO link building. Link building is still important for SEO, and I have 5 ways to help you get more links. Google was founded on the idea of counting links as a source of authority for websites. If a website had more links, it had more authority. Over time, people started gaming the system, pointing more and more links to their website just to increase their rankings. Well, Google caught up with that and now has made many adjustments to the algorithm. So that means not every link has the same value. So what are those ideas which will help you earn more links to your website or blog? Well, first, I want to remind you that I have an entire archive of business and marketing ideas right here on this channel, including this link to SEO videos. Now let's get into that list, and the first one is rather straightforward. Talk to your friends and family and ask them, do they have a website or blog that is relevant to your company website? For example, you could ask a cousin who has a real estate website to link to your construction website. So the point is, you want a page on a specific topic to link to a relevant page on your website. It's also important to note that many of these websites may not have a real high domain authority, and too many of them could hurt your website. So what you can do is go over to a site like moz.com, M-O-Z.com, and use their free Open Site Explorer and check out what their page authority is and their domain authority, just to give you a general idea of the quality of the website you're getting links from. That doesn't mean you can't accept low authority links from your friends and family, but you probably don't want too many. Next, take the time to connect and network with people in your industry. You may be able to use some of their websites as a resource, and they could use your website as a resource. So talk to people, let people know what you're doing and that you're trying to develop links, be honest about it, and maybe there's a way you can work together. Next, public relations. PR is a great way to get the word out about your company. And through the same process, you can earn links to your website from the online articles that local media, national media, and blogs share. Don't forget about directories. Yeah, I know they don't have the same value they once did, but there are still directories that can offer value to your website. For example, your local chamber of commerce or maybe a city guide. Take a look around and make sure that any directory that you add your link to has a process that you have to go through for approval, and that will give it more value in Google's eyes. Lastly, here's one that a lot of people forget about. What about your vendors? People that you hire. They may be able to consider you as a resource from their websites. You never know unless you ask. Don't be mean about it, be kind. Make sure there's a good relationship there first. But a lot of times we forget about the good quality relations we have offline that can lead to new opportunities online. I have one more bonus link building opportunity that I think you should consider, and that is guest blogging. It really is powerful to help direct links to your website for topics within your industry. So look for industry blogs and ask if you can post a guest blog post on their site. It's a fact. There are many ways you can earn links to your website. Hey, just creating great content and sharing it in social media, that can earn great links to your blog and website. But the fact is, you don't want to just pick one technique. You don't want to just pick one of these 6 ideas. You want to use all of them and create what is considered a really well-balanced link profile. And if you do that, that will help your domain authority and help you build your rankings in the search engines, which will lead to, of course, growing your company with more business. So what is your favorite link building strategy? Put that in the comments below. I'm looking forward to reading them. And of course, I'm looking forward to talking to you next time with the next upload. I'm often asked what is the one thing I should know about SEO, search engine optimization. And there is one thing I would recommend everybody know when it comes to SEO, and it is this: understand the intent of the searcher. That's it. If you work with that idea alone, it'll help all of your SEO. It'll help you form great pages, great blog posts, and the experience of working with your website. Think about the searcher. Think about what they're looking for, and you will have a winning combination to help grow your business.
Hey, it's Rosh, and here's the question. Should you hire an SEO, search engine optimization specialist? And the reality is you need to do the numbers. You may have somebody really good inside who can do this for you, and if you can afford to allow them to do the work that is necessary to do SEO properly. And they need to know today's SEO, not last year's, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, or even 10 years ago SEO. They need to understand how to do it properly today. Otherwise, it could backfire. You need to know the ideas behind today's SEO. You need to understand how to create great content, to be quite honest. The search engines really have pushed us into that corner, which is the right corner to be in, to be quite honest. But you need to understand how to do it well. And you need to understand all of the elements. There are hundreds of different little elements involved in SEO. And if you feel that you can do it, you understand how to do it, your time is best spent on developing good SEO for your company, then yes, you should do it yourself. And if you have somebody internally who knows how to do it well, have them do it. That is fine too. Nothing wrong with that at all. But if your time is more valuable elsewhere, look, here's the fact. As a business owner, as a small business owner, creative professional, the fact is your time is valuable. And also the fact is you can Google just about anything. You can figure out how to do SEO. I have total faith in you. You can figure it out and do a good job with all the great information that is out there. The real question is, should you be doing it? And if the time that it takes you away from other things that makes your company more valuable, drives more business, and so forth, if there are better ways, problem solving, R&D, if you should be there and not in the process of SEO. SEO is a powerful part of my business. I do my own SEO because I've been doing it for a long, long time. I get it. I understand how to develop it. It's part of what I do. And yes, it is valuable. I get a great return on my investment for the SEO that I do. So the question to you is, will you get that great return on investment, the return on your time? And if the answer is yes, you will get that return on your time, then no, you do not need to hire a professional. But if you really don't know how to do it, if you think you're just going to fumble through and start right now, or maybe you have a basic idea, or nobody really knows how to do it in-house, yes, hire somebody. But do know that it does cost a lot of money, to be honest, to do it well. There is no cheap SEO means they set you up with basic stuff and do crappy work. That's what cheap SEO gets you. And cheap SEO can hurt you. So don't go for the numbers. If you are ready to do SEO, really think about the fact that you have to spend probably a good $1,000, $2,000 and much more depending on the size of your company and website and your ultimate goals, and most importantly, the competition that you're facing and where you want to be in the search engines for which keyword. It can be really expensive to get where you want to go. If it's a local small keyword that maybe gets enough traffic to keep you busy and to really help you grow, then maybe it could be $1,000 or less. But again, it takes a lot of time. It's a lot of labor involved today for good SEO. It just depends on your goals and what you want to do. So the answer is yes if you get a good return on your time investment, and it's no if you really don't understand SEO. So if you enjoy these videos, please take a moment to share them in your social media, which helps my SEO, by the way. And if you would also put a comment below if you enjoy these videos or have a question or would like to hear more about a certain topic, please put a comment. And lastly, number 3, please subscribe. You have a great day.
So here's a great question. What is white hat and black hat SEO? So what is the difference between white hat and black hat SEO? Well, let's first define SEO, search engine optimization. The idea is that you want to optimize your web pages so the search engines understand what each web page is all about, so they rank really well in their index. See, search engines use what's called an algorithm to help rank web pages, and there are many different parts to that algorithm. So white hat versus black hat SEO has to do with figuring out that algorithm. Some are using what are considered best practices, while others are what the search engines might consider cheating. So white hat SEO is a lot less riskier than black hat. Black hats quite often will rank a website really quickly and then move on to something else because they know eventually Google or the other search engines will catch up to them and squish their website and web pages. That's why you may not really want to dabble in black hat SEO unless you really know what you're doing. If Google catches up with you and gives you a penalty, your website could just sink, and that can cost you traffic and, most important, money. Many SEOs dabble in what might be considered gray hat SEO. They mostly work in the white hat world. They follow Google's best practices, but sometimes they push the limit with a little dab of black hat SEO just to give themselves a little bit of an advantage. However, if you don't know what you're doing, once again, you're taking a big risk when you go into the black hat world without the proper knowledge. I have many videos on SEO in the archive on this channel, so of course, if you would like future updates, make sure you subscribe. I do appreciate that. But let's look at the whole idea of what you can do right now to consider white hat SEO tactics. And the number one thing you can consider is creating good quality content on your website. Good, long, in-depth content. Solid headlines that explain what the page is about, and having a page that totally represents and connects with the headline above, including photos and videos. In other words, Google and other search engines, they want good quality content to serve up to people who are using their search engine. So if you want to do well in SEO, think about the searcher. What is their intent? What would they be looking for specific keywords, especially the keywords you're targeting? And if you offer a great experience, such as a fast loading website with great information, chances are Google will reward you and you will grow your business. 10 tips in this video
about SEO, search engine optimization. And I have a number of videos on SEO, and I keep cranking them out because people ask for more. And so the thing is, each time you watch a different video, you learn a little something new. You may know something, even if it's the same person. Even if it's my video, I may say something a little bit different that kind of clues you in, that gives you a little more information that really does help you out. But I do encourage you to watch other people's videos on SEO, of course, as well as my other videos, and look out for other ones. And if you are interested in additional videos related to growing your business, becoming a better marketer, well then, hey, subscribe. I always recommend you do that. And of course, you can hit that little bell and that'll actually ring and let you know when I have a new video up. Now, right now through the end of the month, I have a lot of videos coming at you because I have to finish up those, oh my gosh, 100 videos in January. So I'm just finishing that up now. A lot of videos are coming out, but then after that, after January 2015, what year are we in? 2017, then I'll have just a daily good video, hopefully a little bit longer videos on a regular basis. But of course, I'd like to mix it all up. So let's get right to it. Let's talk SEO, search engine optimization. How important is that? Well, let me tell you, majority of the traffic that I get is via the search engines. Now, I do get some through sharing and social. Of course, that's very important, and people emailing, and there's a lot of different ways you can get your traffic. And a lot of it's direct. People just go to my website regularly for good quality information. They just know it's a place to be, and so forth. But to create good SEO today, it really is about what you put on your pages. Each page that you have is an opportunity to be found. So let's start right there. Make sure, tip number one, I'm just going to cross them off as we do it. Tip number one, make sure you have a lot of pages. And I don't mean just splitting hairs, like here's a topic and I'm going to split it 20 different ways. You could actually be penalized for that. But think of all the different areas that are related to your topic, to your expertise, to your product, to your service, and create multiple pages, different pages on each topic. In other words, don't just have one page with all the topics, different topics on one page. You want each page to be focused. So that's number one. Number two, really think about your title, the title of each page. Now, a lot of times people are all about their name. You know what? Their name it's not so important. It's more about what you do, not who you are. That's number two. Think about that in your title. What do you do? What would somebody be searching for if they were looking for your page, not your name brand? Because yes, your name brand should be in your website. It should be in your website. Let's put that as number three. Yes, your name brand needs to be in your website so people can find it, so Google and the other search engines know that this is home base, but it's not the primary spot for the most valuable real estate on your website, which is that title tag. So you want that to be about each page, and each page to be different, a different title related to the topic. And then from there, below you have good headlines, you have good subheads like one H1 tag. H1 tag like that, or H2 tags for the subheads. You can go down to even H5 or smaller, but for the most part, you have one H1 tag on that page. In other words, one big headline and then smaller subheads, kind of like a newspaper. All right, so everything that this title says should be supported by these other tags. Then you have your copy. And honestly, a lot of times people put everything in on one page because they want to make it full of information, and that is a good idea. You do want a lot of information, a lot of text, right, on your page. It's been said about 80% of blog posts are less than 1,000 words. And I certainly believe that. A lot of people just put up 300 words and think, hey, that's great, I'm on top of it. But chances are you're not working your way through the noise. You want to be over 1,000 words, maybe even 2,000 words, 3 or more, with good quality information, divided up by subheads, and photographs. Good photographs, good multimedia, videos, all this additional information. Because Google can actually understand what is being said on your videos. They push those buttons and they can listen, in a sense, to those videos. And so that is added to the overall story of that page. Very important. So consider the multimedia. Now from there, you have a wonderful page. You have an excellent page, good title that helps Google and the other search engines understand what that page is about, headlines and subheads for the people. Oh, we forgot the description tag. And in the description tag, that is for people. You know, you have your title and people will see that in the search engine results, but then they will see the description. And that description is where you sell the click. You sell the click with the description. So you have to have a well laid out description that would excite somebody, not just some boring basic information, but something that sells, gives them a reason to click on that title when they get a list of search results. And that is what the description tag is about. Is it part of the ranking factors? Maybe, possibly a little bit, but not so much. It's not as big of a deal as it is to try and get humans to click on that top link using the search description. So there's number 5. Okay, so is that number 5? Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, we'll call it number 5. And if you get a bonus, that's great. Okay, number 6. Number 6. What is the experience? What is the experience people are having on your page? Is it a good experience? And one of the key areas that you might want to consider is how fast does your page load? Does it load quickly? If it doesn't load very quickly, people are having a poor user experience. And that is part of the SEO algorithm. There are a lot of things that are a part of it. I mean, there are hundreds of little elements related to total SEO. Now, number 7, and as you know, I put this as number 7. Now, the Google algorithm was based on links. That was the whole concept. That was the whole theory. Links pointing to that website will help give you clues as to the importance of that page. So actually, it's not links to a website, but to a page. Each page has its own links, and yes, there are some links counted in the root domain than each individual pages, but for the most part, we count links towards each page. And Google is looking at that and seeing how authoritative those websites are and how many links to start off with, how many links. And so if one website had more links, if one website had 10 links and another one had 7 links pointing to it from other websites, the one with 10 would go higher. Now, over time, people could game that system. So there are a number of different weights that are applied to how this is calculated, but links are still important. So it really is important to, number 7, have links and develop links to your site. Now again, I made it number 7, not number 1. Because what is happening on this page is becoming more and more important for your SEO. More and more important for the quality of your SEO is what is happening on this page. But the links help the search engines understand the authority of that page based on who is linking to it and, of course, how many links and how many times and so forth. Another thing you should consider, you want to develop the links to those websites, but how do you get it out there? Well, number 8, social media. Social media is an excellent way to get your website, your blog posts out there. And so share, but remember that signal to noise ratio we've talked about. Make sure that you have one of your things for every 5 or 10 of other people's stuff that you're sharing. Share your stuff, share your newest pages, share your newest blog posts, and it will help because the people who are following you on social media are more likely to link to you than anybody else because they know who you are. They already trust you. They've already started following you. So if they really like the content, they'd be more apt to share it, for 1, and 2, possibly link to it, maybe from their blog or their website as a resource. All right, next, we're talking blogs. Well, there you go. Let's talk blogs. Blogs are really important. Google loves good, fresh, quality content updated regularly, and what do blogs do? They offer, if done right, good quality, regularly updated, fresh content. And so having a blog will keep additional pages flowing on your website. So I highly recommend that you do a blog and keep it updated as often as possible. Now, lastly, people ask, how long should you How often should you blog? How often should you add a new page? And the reality is, more the better. Now, the only time that more the better is not working is when the quality starts to go downhill. I'd rather have 5 quality pieces of content presented over a week than 20 pieces of okay content presented over the week. Now, if you can produce 20 awesome pieces of content, great articles, good length, a lot of multimedia and information, answering a whole bunch of different questions, if you can do 20 of them, that is awesome. But if really the 20 pieces of content are thin, not really worth much in terms of real high value compared to the competition who are talking about similar things, then no. It's not as valuable. So those are 10, maybe 11 different topics and tips that you can use and take with you related to search engine optimization. Driving people to your website. It is so important. It is how people find you. And they continue to, as they talk to their phones, we're using search engines. The artificial intelligence is using various forms of using the search engines and other information to give you a query. So the better your information, the more chances all these new technologies will serve up the answer people are looking for when they ask Siri, when they ask Alexa, when they type into Google, Yahoo, and Bing. All right, so there we are. If you have questions, please put them in the comments below. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, please share it in your social media. And I always ask if you enjoy all the other videos that we have, which we have many, some longer, some shorter, different topics related to making you a better marketer. If you enjoy them, please subscribe to this channel. We'll talk to you next time. Have a great day.